What's up, guys? Yesterday on Twitter sent out this play here on Lucid using just the inside day and some flow to find the big move potential. In this case, Lucid's up 6% today. That's not even from the highs of the day. Just using that inside day and some flow, people building a position. So I'm going to show kind of how I find that, the filters I use, and then tomorrow's play is one that I'm looking into here, and I'll reveal that all here in a second. So the first thing I do right here on TrendSpider, hop over here to this market scanner, and what I'm going to do is go down here, add a parameter, condition, candlestick pattern, and I'm just going to look for the daily, type in inside bar any, click this right here. You can change what you look through. I'm just going to look through my liquidity list here, scan that. So I got PayPal right here off the top. Definitely going to look into PayPal. But I'm also going to check all of the NASDAQ 100. Let's see, X-Ray, Google, Comcast, eBay, cool, whatever, Netflix. All right, so let's go back to PayPal. Click this down, go over here to PayPal. And the first thing you do, I'm going to flip this over to the daily. Flip this daily. All right, I'm looking here. So on the daily, we do have I don't need these right now, 1 second. On the daily, we do have an inside day, and how I like to play inside days is using the high and low as call and put triggers. In this case, we do have a high here at 74, so it might be a very quick move as we ended at 73.86. So I'll probably use orb in that case. But first thing, I'm just going to throw down the high here at 74, and we got the low here at 71.57. So throw these down, and I'm going to look into this. So the first part of it is, finding an inside day. The reason inside days work is because both buyers and sellers are trapped. How we play them is, using, all right, so it looks like on the alley, I actually have a key level here. We're going to remove this. So it looks like, we have a decent bit of move way we can run, but it works because both sides are trapped, and we just got to wait for one side to win out, and then can use that as a call or a put trigger. In this case, it looks like we also have a VPA gap. We're consolidating in this VPA node here. So this to me is a very high conviction A+ setup. In this case, it looks like we have room towards 74.6. Got to break through this 74.4 area first, and then over that, we got room up towards 75, 75.10. So to me, that really sticks out. The second piece of this is using flow to find where these big moves are. So first thing, head over here to unusual whales, go on flow, and in this case, just gonna look up PayPal. First thing I do, I like to look at this 50,000 range. I have both bid and the ask on calls and puts, both on 0 to 14 DTE. I'm looking for those closer to expiration dates. Don't care about volume range. This is a preset. And then I have exclude DP in the money and OTMs only. And then since I don't have that 50,000 range, I'm just going to drop this down to, let's go 10K and see. And the reason why I drop it down to 10 is sometimes people, if they're a little bit smarter, will actually size in intervals, as we see here with PayPal. If I would have just done the 50 and not looked, I would have missed this. In this case, these three stand out here. We have 71, 75 calls at all getting hit around the exact same price. They are buying on the ask side, and they're 10K each. So this is a 30K position being built up on these 75s. Could it also be these 75s earlier? Yes, we don't know 100% for sure. They have nice volume here, but these ones in this case cannot really be linked directly, even though they might be directly related or in the same order. In this case, we even see some buying in here earlier on these 75s. So this really stands out to me, and it gives me that, sense of an A+ setup. We have a VPA gap to the upside. We have an inside day. Calls are getting hit pretty nice, but I'm still going to wait on the call trigger over that 74 level before I enter into calls. If we break that pretty easy in the first, 5-10 minutes, I'll probably use that orb or even a retest of that level. We'll look at Lucid here again. If we look at Lucid from today, so the high of the inside day was 1858 was the high, and we get a nice, almost perfect retest here. If we don't catch it early, that's all right. But in this case, I had that level marked at 1847, very key level. And the fact that it lines up with orb, to me, this signifies a big move is coming. And in this case, I like to play retest. Probably wouldn't have made it here. This right here, this candle on the retest is that 1858, long lower wick. I like it there, and I'll set my stop loss below the bottom of that candle. In this case, the 7-1, 21 calls were getting hit, massive, big position getting built up. So I would have played those, and we see a nice push here throughout the end of the day. Even if we don't catch that first move, we do have a nice move here that gets us pretty decent percentage. That's how I really use flow to find those bigger plays. And I like to see VPA gaps mixed with that inside day because it can lead to those really big moves. The key is still waiting on a patient entry and using those highs and lows of that inside day as a call and the put triggers, depending on which side it goes to, and using flow to help build that thesis upon what side is going to win out. In this case, it happens to be calls. It's not always going to be calls. And the market was a little bit choppy, kind of weak, and then started to get a push towards the end of the day. So Lucid also showed relative strength here, and those 21 calls I don't think is a coincidence. Those were getting hit so heavy yesterday.